What up, YouTube Elleix? Come back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 cast. Today we have a matchup featuring the Azeroth Koprulu Hyperwar mod versus edition, which many of you already know puts Warcraft 3 in the StarCraft 2 engine. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. Spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, it's our red Orcs player Kytrion. It's about time we had a game featuring the Orcs. Going up against his opponent, spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's our blue Zerg player Koniosemi. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do cast and cover a lot of custom StarCraft 2 content. If that's something you're interested in watching more of, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And Kytrion, my guy, what are we doing? Going for the Altar of Storms proxy just outside the vision of our Overlord. A good placement here, I gotta tell ya. And we haven't seen a lot of cheese featuring this mod, at least at the time of casting this one. I am kind of pre-recording a lot of casts, so you may see some other cheeses in the future. Now, let's see how Koniosemi is going to react to this. I mean, for the time being, he has no idea what's going on. Playing a very typical Zerg opener, going for the hatchery and the spawning pool, and our Altar of Storms is finished. And what do we have on the production tab? It's going to be the Farseer, who should spawn with a Warg mount, if I'm not mistaken. You'll be happy to know I've been doing a little bit more research on the Warcraft 3 races, because I am by no means a Warcraft 3 expert. I'm more of a StarCraft 2 player. The last time I played Warcraft was when I was a literal child. The third base coming down for Koniosemi, and he will spot what should be a very bizarre trajectory from the Farseer. He's like, wait, why did he come on the right-hand side? At least he should be thinking that. The first drone going down, the second drone morphing into a spine crawler instantly. Good reaction time by Koniosemi. Did this drone go down? No, it didn't. It morphed into a spine crawler at this point 3 times. The Zerglings going down. A couple more Zerglings spawning, but the Farseer kind of doing a lot of damage, not killing a lot of workers though. Only one worker killed. All these drones pulled from the main mineral line. The queen is like, get out of our house, forcing the Farseer to retreat. What is going on back home? More peons moving from the main base to the natural base. Kytrion not going for a full cheese. This was more meant maybe to do a little bit of economic damage. Usually with cheesing, if you want it to win you the game, you really have to commit to it. It's a high risk, high reward kind of strategy, but it looks like Kytrion ditching the cheese, going back home to possibly macro up. I mean, this Altar of Storms is still alive. It's just part of the map. Don't worry about it, Koniosemi. Nothing to worry about here. Will it get spotted by the creep, which does look like Blight in this mod? And only 2 workers killed in that engagement using the cheese. Let's see. Really quick, I'm curious. No, he can't see the Altar of Storms. It's just out of the range of the creep. That's kind of hilarious. And what do we have here? Looks like the Farseer scouting out the third base location. Is Kytrion going to go for a third base, ditching his cheese entirely, satisfied with taking out 2 workers? To be fair, he lost literally 0 resources, so not the most devastating cheese to ditch necessarily. What do we have going on here? A Roach Warren coming down, I think kind of early, but at the same time, what the hell is meta when it comes to Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2? I kind of gotta know. The Overlord getting hit by the Farseer and going just out of sight over this pillar. Nice placement there by Koniosemi. Oh, one other thing I should mention is you do have the heroes, obviously, for your Warcraft units. I almost called them StarCraft. And they can level up using the creeps, and that is not an option for the Zerg. Will the Farseer go down, though? It will. A decent pickup right there by Koniosemi, surrounding it with the Zerglings running away, the Troll Headhunters and the Grunts trying to chase them down, but they are way too slow. Anyway, as I was saying, you can level up your hero units using the creeps, but that is not an option for the Zerg or any StarCraft faction for that matter. But what you can do is attack the creeps and deny experience for your opponent. Oh, Chain Lightning here. Researched, or I guess learned by this Warcraft hero. How many workers killed now? 4 workers killed. Will the Farseer go down again? And it will. These Zerglings doing so much work for our Zerg player, as they should. The Zerglings may be cute, but they do have to be put to work. A lot of Speedlings running across the map. Potentially, nope, they will not be running across the map. They will be chilling at the choke point. So just as I said, you need to put your Zerglings to work. Koniosemi, I guess listening to me across time, finally putting these guys to work. This creep camp wouldn't really be something that Kytrion would go for anytime soon, I don't think. Also, Koniosemi, you have to realize that there is something going on here. Finally realizing it, Kytrion laughing behind his keyboard. The Altar of Storms will go down. Koniosemi saying sneaky, good sportsmanship by these players. That is for sure. The Altar of Storms finally going down. I mean, 3rd time or 4th time's the charm, right? Seeing that Farseer move from the right side. At this point, it's not like it's trying to dodge anything. I mean, maybe dodge the creep, but still, it's a weird position to find that unit, is what I'm saying. 3rd base coming down, the Great Hall here, the Orc burrows in the mineral line as well, which I believe is typical for the Orcs. Looks like these creeps are being pulled into the natural base, and this Overlord is having a show. He's watching Warcraft TV right now. He's like, okay, there's lightning coming out of this thing. Also, the Farseer leveling up to level 3 now. Will pick up the loot. One other thing I should mention is the StarCraft factions or races can destroy the loot and also deny Warcraft progression that way. It's a really interesting balance, and I said it before, but it would be really cool to see the StarCraft heroes as an option in this mod, but at the same time, it would kind of remove the essence of Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2. I know that the Warcraft heroes do spawn with less health for balancing purposes, but you still have the essence of the game. You have the creeps for the Warcraft players, and you have just your basic kind of mechanics for the StarCraft players. If you add StarCraft heroes, it suddenly becomes another game entirely, but it would be cool to have the option, like you have different mod versions or something to play. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. I know we're kind of split. Some people do like the idea of heroes for StarCraft, but other players think that maybe it does remove kind of the, you know, the vibe of Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2. I don't know, man. I can see both arguments, to be honest. The Rocks here getting aggroed by the Zerg player. This will open up a lot more coverage on the Zerg side of the map for sure. One other thing to mention, if you are new to this mod or new to this channel, is you can play as the Brood War factions as well. So it's not just Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2. It's also Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2 versus Brood War. It is so cool. Anyway, looks like the Orcs running towards the Zerg side of the map, led by the Farseer. A mix of Hydras, Zerglings, and Roaches trying to get the surround, but these Orc units are just so beefy, man. I think the Grunts spawn with like 165 HP. Yep, right now they do at least. And the level 4 hero really doing a lot of work, cornering a lot of these Zerg units, but a lot more Hydras hatching from the hatchery, pushing the Orc units back. The Troll Headhunter's going down. The Farseer leaving the Troll Headhunter in the dust. He's like, wait for me, dude. I am so slow compared to you. He's riding a literal wolf, a warg. So, yeah, he should be faster, but still, what a rude thing for the Farseer to do. What a typical corporate leader, let me just say. Anyways, back to the show. The Troll Bat Riders here as well, which are detectors, at least in this version of the mod. I don't know if they are detectors in Warcraft 3 or not. Let me know down in the comments below. That is something that is escaping me. But take a look at this. A lot of Zerg units running towards base number 3. The Watchtowers will buy Kytrion a little bit of time here. I see some movement on the map from our Orcs player. The Orc burrows here as well, which do have 400 HP a pop, will keep some of these peons safe. And, yup. These orc units are just so beefy, I feel like. I mean, they have 205 HP now. Damn. The peons able to survive. Any workers killed, by the way? No. 0 workers killed. That is insane. So do the orc burrows do anything else? So they provide food, which increases your maximum supply. And peons can garrison inside to attack enemy units. That is awesome. Anyways, we backed up just a little bit because I saw some chatting while we were looking at the orc burrow. Kytrion saying 450 minerals for a town hall. Maybe he means great hall because I'm pretty sure the town hall is the human main mining structure. And here we go. Build great hall. It's 350. Okay, he must have missed a digit when he was typing. But yep, that is cheaper than your typical main base. At the same time, I mean, you know, the hatchery is 300 minerals because you have to sacrifice a worker. Remind me, do we have to sacrifice peons to build stuff? Because that would kind of justify the cost in my mind. Anyways, both these players chilling, deciding to macro up. Vipers on the field for our Zerg player. Koniosemi saying, don't look at me. I don't patch this mod anymore. That's right. He did work on this mod in the past. Koniosemi, really appreciate the work that you are doing on this. The Lich King GG, as far as I know, is the main modder for the time being. Big shout out to you as well. Let me know down in the comments who else might be working on this or if it's just a one-man project at the moment. Anyway, this creep camp will be taken out. Looks like the loot being picked up, but missing that that other piece of loot, the Mantle of Intelligence +3, and going back to pick it up. Kytrion saying 14 seconds to build a Great Hall. Wait a minute. What is going on here? Why is it building so fast? I saw the build time. It was the same as a hatchery. Was that a bug or a feature? Okay, it looks like the peon does get sacrificed, which makes sense for the cost. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing that. Let's see. Nope, it looks like they do convert into buildings a lot like Zerg. Interesting. Anyway, I am totally confused. I will admit that. Oh, man. Okay, base number 4 going down for Kytrion, but the chain lightning on all these hydralisks, they are popping. And, you know, this is pretty much canon because we all know hydras do not like lightning. Storms take them out, and clearly chain lightning also takes them out. They are popping like balloons. That is rough to see. Poor hydralisks, you know, the classic Zerg unit, and they are just exploding. Now we have some ultralisks here as well, but they are frozen in place. Okay, so a bit of a graphical anomaly. Keep in mind, this mod is still a work in progress, but I feel like the ultras at 13 minutes, that's kind of early, and I love to see it. They are skating around on the creep, and they have wind flowing through their hair. Look at that. That is hilarious. I think they're still doing damage, though, because Kytrion is trying to kite these things. Let's see. Yep. So it looks like our Farseer hero is taking damage, but I can't tell if that was from the Roach or the Ultra. Let's see. Yep. No, he's doing damage. I just saw the health bar go down on that Grunt. The Ultra coming to life as it dies. These Grunts running around. You know what? They handle the Zerglings really well. I guess you could say that they're akin to like Zealots or something like that, except Zealots have laser swords and the Grunts have axes, which I guess could work against Zerg units. Like Zerglings are going down pretty easily, and you know, if you have the strength of an Orc, I can at least accept that it would go down with the use of an axe. Not so sure about an Ultralisk, though, but to be fair, the Orcs do fight demons that look a lot like Ultras, and it works out for them. So I think this is fine. I think it's okay. Anyway, base number 4, now under fire. I guess this is technically base number 5, will go down. The Ultras are just so scary that they look at stuff and they die. Oh, man, these Grunts, though, getting a good surround on all these Ultralisks. They will go down. Our Farseer leveling up as well, and the Tauren are on the field as well. The Troll Bat Riders here, with their detection, will be able to spot any sort of, you know, burrowed shenanigans or creep tumor shenanigans, but we haven't really seen them being used this game in that way just yet. I think some Grunts might have gone down right here. Yep, we have, or maybe those were mobs. No, I'm pretty sure those were Grunts, from what it sounded like at the very least. These armies are looking pretty scary. The Orc army Looks genuinely terrifying. I love the Torn here. This is going to be our hero unit. Is this the Chieftain? Let's take a look. Okay, we have the Shadow Hunter, the Farseer, and the Tauren Chieftain all on the map for our Orcs player. Pretty much the Horde player, let's be honest. Even though the humans do have access to Blood Elves, you know, it's not World of Warcraft necessarily. Anyway, this high yield expansion will be cleaned up. Will Koniosemi destroy the potential loot? And yes, he will. Take a look at that. That is so cool. Okay, my brain just broke for a sec. I forgot lunge was a thing. I never see it being used. And I was like, is this a modded version of the Hydralisk? But no, it's the lunge right here. In case you're not familiar with it, those of you who play vanilla StarCraft are definitely familiar with it. But I forgot it was a thing. Okay, these Ultralisks skating around on the creep. You know what? If I was a Zerg, I could imagine skating on creep would maybe possibly be fun. If creep is kind of like slimy and slidey, I don't know. As a human, it doesn't sound fun at all. It sounds terrifying. But as a Zerg, I could see it being fun. Anyway, the Orc units running all over the creep, taking out the creep tumors as well. Good use of those Bat Riders. Do the Bat Riders hit down? Let's take a look really fast if I can select one. Oh man, here we go. That's not a Bat Rider, that's a Wind Rider. There's a Bat Rider somewhere here because we have detection. Oh, right there. It's right in front of my face. Does it hit down? Siege attacks do extra damage to fortified armor and unarmored units. It doesn't say whether or not it hits up or down, but I'm going to assume if it's siege, it hits down. Anyway, a big engagement here on the right-hand side of the map. These Ultras just existing. They are statues right now, but they're alive. I think the Orcs player is going to come out ahead in this engagement, though. This Ultra skating away for its life to the reinforcements of the Zerglings. Oh, man, Koniosemi saying he can't abduct heroes in this version of the mod. Oh, interesting. You know what? I don't know how I feel about that because the StarCraft 2 players don't have access to heroes. So having a Viper that can just yoink one, I feel like that's fair. But they are heroes, so they're special units. I get they have, you know, special treatment, I guess. Anyway, 14 drones going down, and this base going down as well. This base likely will not survive. Rest in peace, hatchery, because I'm assuming you're going to go down. This Overlord exploding as well. He did not deserve that. The Overlords are pacifists, man. The Zerg units, though, running to try and save this base. Koniosemi saying 205 HP grunts, man. Kytrion agreeing that is a lot. There is a macro hatchery here as well. I think it may survive, though. And this base actually surviving as well, just barely. These Orc units getting some reinforcements, though. But so is the Zerg army with the Zerglings trying to get a good surround. I don't know if Ultras are the answer, though. It looks like this unit composition just gets such good surrounds on the Ultras that they go down and they can't keep up with all the units around them, it looks like. Here's an Ultralisk, though, with 0 kills. It is alive. The Wind Rider will go down at the spines of those Hydralisks. And, yup, here it is, the Ultralisk, the singular, kind of pseudo-stationary Ultralisk. Oh, here we go. It's got a brother now. Look at them. They can just be statues together. Another macro hatchery coming down. I do like the positioning of this. It creates choke points, but with the Ultralisks, I'm not so sure that's ideal because the Ultralisks are huge and they kind of rely on a lot of surface area. Anyway, you know, these Orc units being, you know, a little bit ignorant of the fact that there were Zerg units just to their right, but finally on the move, the watchtowers catching fire, Koniosemi running away, trying to make sure he doesn't lose the entirety of his army. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Kind of even, kind of. I mean, 20,000 resources lost to 31,000, so a 10,000 resources lost deficit, excuse me, for our blue Zerg player. Is that right? Let's take a look. Yep. So I guess it's not insignificant necessarily. I mean, that is a lot of stuff. We are at just about 20 minutes into this game. It is nighttime. The chieftain here, Marn Thunderhorn, as he spawned with, the name he spawned with, He is currently level 4. And what level is our Farseer? He is level 10, which makes sense. He was on the map virtually at 2 minutes and I think 30 seconds into the game, something like that. What else do we have? Where is the other hero is my question. It was the troll one, right? I don't know if he's on the map, actually. It looks like he might not be. Likely went down and was not replaced. Oh, okay, here it is. So a lot of Zerglings went down instantly. I don't know. I still don't know what that was. I think I'm speechless. Moment of silence for those Zerglings. Oh, man. Okay, moment of silence over. What was that? Earthquake? Here it is. Makes the ground tremble and break, causing 50 damage per second to buildings and slowing units by 75%. But it's not just buildings, it's also units, apparently. That is wild. Yeah. Oops, did not mean to go fast. Sorry about that. I meant to press enter to see what was being said. Kytrion saying he was surprised too, but he wanted to try it and it worked. He gambled and he won, man. That is crazy. How many Zerglings went down instantly? I don't know, but I would love to see that used in a mineral line. That would be so rude. Just instantly losing all your drones. I would cry. I would quit the game, and I might even quit YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. I would never quit YouTube, but bro, that would be wild. Anyway, looks like a Tauren getting yoinked into the middle of this Zerg army. Lurkers are on the field as well. Do we have any Bat Riders? No, we do not. No detection to speak of for our Orc player for the time being, at the very least. These Lurkers moving a little bit. There's one, actually, wait a minute, a few hidden in the grass, but I guess we have detection now because they were attacked, or maybe they were unburrowed because I didn't see any spines. This Viper kind of floating around above this army, waiting to yoink another unit. Unfortunately for the Zerg, though, it cannot take hero units. Taking a look at the workers killed, though, 26 killed by red to 6 by blue, so not a lot of harassment from our Zerg player. I would like to see more Zergling run-bys, but to be fair, we saw an attempt, and the Orc burrows kind of just canceled that out, I feel like. Multi-pronged attack here, though, from our Zerg player, Koniosemi. Oh, the Hydra's lunging away from the Chain Lightning. The Ultralisks here as well, trying to bait the Orc army, and I see movement here from the Hydralisks, taking out these watchtowers before they get canceled. But this Orc army is looking really healthy. I gotta say, why are these units so slow? What was that? I am not so sure. I don't think the Hydras have any ability that allows them to slow things down, unless I'm crazy, and no, they do not. I know that for a fact. But we are watching a modded game, so anything goes. Let's see. Was that a hero unit that went down? I don't think so. Let's take a look at our units. Looks like there was a brief pause here. Farseer is still alive, and I don't see the Chieftain, actually. Maybe the Chieftain went down. On the production tab, looks like the Witch Doctor is on the way to be replaced. And this watchtower being repaired. Now, remind me, do buildings burn down in Warcraft like they do in StarCraft for the Terran? Anyway, another Zerg run by here in the mineral line, trying to attack this Orc burrow. But I mean, 400 HP, now 500 HP actually for an Orc burrow. How many workers killed? 11 workers killed now, but the Orc burrow, dude, is so good, I feel like. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit overtuned because the nature of StarCraft, at least when you're playing Zerg, or really any race, going for the harassment is kind of what you want to do. You want to make sure that you're ahead in the economy, and if you can't really do damage to the mineral line because of just a singular structure, I'm not so sure, man. There is the option to go air units, though. I think mutas would be a good way to answer that. A lot of Orc units, though, running around the map. This looks like a really scary army, I gotta say. The Overseers up here as well. We'll kind of get a spot on this. The Hydralisks moving back just a little bit, but at this point, I think they are on the run, lunging into the defense or into the support of the Spine Crawlers here. The Spine Crawlers getting surrounded by Orc units on both sides, going down almost instantly. That's crazy. The Hydralisks tucked away in the corner. There's no way they survive. The chain lightning on all these. Oh, man, we got Demolishers here as well, which will get taken out by Koniosemi. A good pickup, but all the Hydralisks on the left-hand side going down. 9 drones going down in this engagement as well. The Ultralisks, the super fancy skating Ultralisks, running away as well. I don't know, man. Maybe switching to air. I mean, Zerg air isn't necessarily exceptional, but seeing Mutas and, I don't know, like, Broodlords, maybe that would be the answer to this, because these Orc units just tank the Zerg ground so well, and it's just grunts, Troll Headhunters, and Tauren mostly, with the support, obviously, of the Farseer with that Chain Lightning, which is also just insane to watch. And Earthquake, by the way. He can't use Earthquake right now. It looks like he did use it briefly. Getting surrounded by the Zerglings, though, and going down. A decent pickup here by our Zerg player, but unfortunately hardly any Hydralisks left to deal with the Wind Riders. Zerg army running away. Are we entering? I mean, this is not a base race. There's no way this is a base race, right? Because there's just, I mean, such a lead where supply is concerned for our Orcs player. We're at 188 supply to 110. Excuse me, I just choked a little bit. We've been talking for a long time, man. I'm surprised I still have my voice. I was doing so much casting yesterday, and my voice was gone for the rest of the day. But I'm trying to pre-record a lot of stuff because I will be more or less out of town in the near future. So I want to make sure I have plenty of content for you guys. Anyway, what is this? 1 Wind Rider still alive. All this Zerg stuff going down, though. Koniosemi on the retreat. This Ultralisk with the 4 kills will go down. And we're looking now at 172 supply to 89 in favor for our red Orcs player. Man, I don't know. I don't know if Koniosemi has this. Let's take a look at the worker supply. 50 workers to 68. So, you know, like, what is that? An 18 worker supply lead? Wait a minute. Did I do my math right? Did I just make a fool out of myself? Okay, so a 22, almost, now 21 worker supply lead. I'm pretty sure I missed a digit there for a second, but I already forgot. My mind is all over the place. I'm trying to keep up with all the action, man. Here we go, an engagement in the middle of the map. Koniosemi, I don't think, too keen on engaging this army. The Hydralisks lunging just a little bit farther away from this army. A fungal as well. I like that. You know, I wonder if Infestors should be the meta for this matchup, because I don't know, man, you need some sort of splash damage. You need something to answer this. And to be fair, we're still kind of learning the meta where Warcraft 3 versus StarCraft 2 is concerned. Not that I ever thought I would be saying that. But yeah, this is still new to a lot of people. I mean, I know Koniosemi did work on this mod, so he might have a little bit more knowledge than others. But going for the fungal, and going for the fungal so late, tells me that he is still trying to figure out exactly what units he should be building to answer the Orc ground composition, because this is just kind of crazy to watch, man. I would like to see more Infestors, but Koniosemi, he is kind of starving for money right now. Can't really afford to go for the tech switch, unfortunately. These Hydras are 3-3, but so are the Orc units. So upgrades are pretty much even. Man, dude, I don't know. Looks like there is or was an attempted base here. 2 extractors and that's it. Koniosemi, though, throwing out the GG, saying this is unwinnable, but he put up a good fight. Big shout out to all my channel members and patrons. I really appreciate the extra mile. You guys are going to support me. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.